Gamerdude 2088, and we're going to talk about how I go through my process of the rooms I keep and the rooms I sell. I see a lot of videos. I wouldn't say a lot, but I see a few other YouTubers do videos on what rooms you should keep and what rooms you should sell, and then most of the people that do these videos kind of have the same issue. It's kind of hard to explain this because it's like, all right, you need these, you got this monster, and you need these certain substats on this monster for this specific build. But at the same time, it all depends on what you use and what it's going to do for you. Whether it's going to be arena monster, guild battles, TOA, giants, dragons, necro. It goes on to how you're going to ruin your monster, what room build you're gonna go with. And then after you get all of that out the way, what should you keep? Well, whatever has the best of the stats you need. Me personally, I'm having issues with monsters. Like, I want to get my monster's crit rate above the 80% threshold. It's like, all right, my Y is okay, but she got crit rate on slot 4. But without having crit rate on slot 4, I want my monsters that I'm using as attackers to have over 80% crit rate. And I have very few monsters that reach that threshold. Not sure how I got that. I really think the crit rate subs I have on her runes is excellent. Like, this is beautiful, 18%. But but that's one thing. Then I'm trying to increase my monster speed. I'm at a point where it's like, for my Giants team, I'm YOLOing, so I want to make my YOLO team even better, even stronger, even faster. At the same time, I'm struggling in TOA because I haven't made TOA a focus, so I need to get my TOA monsters better. And I did want to go into my fatal runes and show you exactly how I go through the process, but I kind of already started. And basically what I do is I take the runes to +6. By doing so, I get to see what stats go into the runes first, because I keep a lot of blue runes and I take them as potential good runes. Like, I don't know, like, this is something that I can use. I need accuracy and then more likely defense on this room. Now, I would want it to probably go into the accuracy twice, if not the accuracy once, or the defense once, or it can even go into the defense twice for this room. Chances are this might end up being a sale later, just because it might not have the stats I need for it on 9 and 12. But we'll get into that later in the video. I'm probably going to go through and level a few rooms and then start talking about the process itself and what do I keep and what do I sell. Like, for my despair units, I'm looking for more speed. Like, I just built my Amir and he just doesn't have enough speed. I like to get a little more attack on him as well for the room build I got on him, which he's HP, crit damage, attack. But I want more crit rate and, of course, more crit damage and more speed. But for other despair units I have, like my Arya, which I got a speed, HP, accuracy, I would like to get this accuracy off of slot 6 and get an HP rune there, but that means I need more accuracy. So I need more accuracy on my runes. I'm looking for runes that has lots of HP, lots of accuracy, lots of speed. And Amir is a little different since he's more of an attack build, but I'm looking for more of my sustain monsters, like my Brienne, which I need. Like, this got good HP, some defense, and some speed on it. And like, I need more of this. Like, this has good accuracy. Like, I need these things on these monsters. So this is what I'm looking for when leveling the rooms. So without further ado, because I know I'm just talking about it and not doing it, I'm going to show you what the process I'm going to do. And I'm probably just going to speed it up just so it doesn't take extremely long. Okay, I'm going to first start, like, this is already +12, so this is being used, so I'm not going to go to that. This one hasn't been used, so I'm going to probably level this up. Now, looking at this room and then thinking about the substats that's on there, this is pretty much nothing I can use. It has attack percent and a flat attack, but it doesn't have any crit rate on it. So, and then that HP I can't do anything with. So this is automatically a sell because it doesn't have the substat requirement that I need. Now, here's another one that it has accuracy, it has attack percent, and some HP. I'm not quite sure with this one. It doesn't have any crit rate. Now this is a possible keeper for me if it goes all into the accuracy, or at least on these first 6 rolls it goes into accuracy. Then this might be a keeper for me. Okay, this rune didn't go into the accuracy the first roll, and this is not exactly the best rune that I can use for my monsters because the requirements I need for the current level of my monsters is higher than this rune's capability. So this is a sell for me because I need the accuracy on this rune more than anything. I can always grind the HP or the attack. So I'm not going to waste the mana to see if it goes into accuracy later. Now I'm still kind of iffy with this room. Now the whole process is to go to +6 first, get rid of the runes I can't use that I've +6, and then go to +9 and do the same thing with +12. I just keep going through the process of elimination. What runes are going to be the very best that I can use for my units? Now this one I'm kind of iffy on because I wanted to go all into crit rate so I can get as much crit rate as possible because this would be a solid roam and possibly the speed. Now I went once into the crit rate, which gave me a low roll, and once into the crit damage, which I really didn't want it to go into crit damage. So I won't know really until +9 if I'm going to keep this or not. Now at this point it can go into the speed, but it wouldn't be good enough for me as further as the crit rate go. I would need it to be over +10% for it to be a solid crit rate room for me. So it must go into the crit rate. So we're going to keep this until we level it up later. Now this is a bit of a shocker. It went into the defense, so I got real strong defense here, which is a good thing on this room. Kind of wish it would have went once at least into the accuracy, but this is a keeper for now. We don't know where this might go. Plus it's a 6-star room, which we don't have many of. Now, I know this process is a really long process, so I'll probably skip through a lot of it. Just right now, I'm getting you into understanding the process I go through, so I'm probably going to skip through it, level up all the runes in my despair, sell the ones that I don't need, and then come back and show you the process that I went through. Now here's a terrible rune. I kept it because it has a HP percent, which is pretty rare, and it does have accuracy on it. Right now, if it goes into the flat defense, it's an automatic sell. I really wanted to go into the accuracy because I really can't do much with this rune anyway. Here's an interesting rune. It has speed and crit rate and is a 6-star attack percent on slot 4. Would love it if it was on slot 2 or 6, but I keep this rune because this is a potential good rune for a hybrid build monster, something that might be going HP and attack, or maybe speed and attack, or depending on what I may need. And since it's on slot 4, this can possibly be used for something broken set. This might not even be used on a despair unit. I could see this rune being potentially good for my YE. Like my YE could use a rune like this where I'm getting good speed and good attack on the rune. Even though she really doesn't need crit rate that much, but this is just something that I can see one of my monsters using that I use. So it's like since it's a monster that I use and a rune that I can use for that monster, I'm gonna level it up. Now here's where we reach a real tricky point. Now we just leveled up a rune that has speed and accuracy on it just like this. I only want to keep the best of what I have. And you see this one rolled the speed first and then the accuracy. And it got the same accuracy but better speed plus the extra little resistance. So this, even though the substats might even be better, I'm going to get rid of it because I don't need it because I have a better rune. No sense in just keeping them both because I'm not going to rune up that many monsters anyway. This one rolled speed twice, same stats, but since it rolled speed twice and that's some really strong speed, I will keep that just to see what happens when I go to +9. Now that we done +6 everything, Now we gotta go back through and +9 to see what we get. And you can notice I made a lot of cells because they just wasn't going into the substats that was required and what was needed. We're lacking in a lot of accuracy substats and speed substats. We're getting crit rate, but we needed crit rate for certain rooms, or rather going to other stats like accuracy a little more, had it have HP and defense on it depending on the slot, like slot 5 and 3. Couldn't get any better than that. We get accuracy on this room. Now this room is solid. This is a beautiful room. I was actually looking forward to selling this room, but it gave us accuracy, so you can't go wrong there. I don't like that flat HP at all. That will probably be changed, but it had good speed, and now it gives us accuracy. This can be usable. It can be feasible. I spent a lot of time looking back and forth at rooms like these two, trying to figure out which one would be best for my monsters. And I did this quite a few times, and through the recordings, even though I deleted a lot of the footage, but I'm showing this one off in particular to get you guys geared to, not keeping rooms with similar stats, just taking the best so you can have space for even better rooms to come. And you can see this didn't go into a stat that I needed. It gave me resistance, so that's an instant sale. So those are the kind of things I go through. This is a process that I've been practicing and working on for a while, trying to figure out what's the best solution for me leveling rooms and making my unit stronger. It's been working out pretty well for me, and this is something I think I'm going to just try to do like every week, just go through a different list of rooms. Like last week I did Fatal, this week making this video is Despair, and then I go to next week doing something else. Maybe your level of progression is not the same as me, where you can farm up 1,000,000 mana to be able to just blow through on a whole bunch of rooms. So maybe you can do it once a month or maybe bi-weekly, depending on wherever you at. But try it out for yourself, just see how it works for you. Because I keep a whole bunch of rooms I don't need, and I hoard rooms just like anyone else do. We got to get rid of these bad rooms so we can get good rooms, because we need space for more rooms. We need space for better rooms. This is just an easier way. You know what your monsters need. If you at a certain point in the game, if you don't know what your monsters need, then this is not the video you should be watching right now. You should learn that first. But for the people that do know what their monsters need, this is an easy process for you to go through. Check to see what you can do, what stats you may get. If it's good enough for this monster, keep it. If it's not, sell it. Just only keep what you need for the monsters you're using or currently building. That is all you have to do. And I promise you, this will be helpful for your progression in this game. Okay, I'm not going to go any further than +9. Well, we kind of run a long manner anyway, and I know a lot of you thinking like, gamer, why would you blow through 1,000,000 mana on all those shit rooms? But this is the process that I use, and it's been helping me out, and I've been trying to get better at this in particular process to further my progression in the game, because I get to free room removal, it's not enough time, and generally I don't have enough mana to level up the rooms, and then I be trying to bring everything to +12, and then I end up putting shit runes on a monster and making my monsters weaker because I'm trying to guess on the substats right then and there and trying to put together whatever I can. Now that I got the runes already semi-leveled and weed out a lot of the weaker links, I know what I'm already looking for. I know what I have and what I can work with. So I've been getting rid of a lot of runes that I really wanted to keep, but I can't do nothing with because they just don't have the substat requirements that's needed for me. And I made a strong headway. I had 50 something despair runes, now I'm down to 35. So that shows you right there. It's like I'm eliminating, I'm going to go through all my runes in the same process. And this is the Gamer Dude signing out. I hope this video has been beneficial to someone in some kind of way. This was a really difficult one for me to put together, and I apologize if it seems like I was all over the place and couldn't reach my points. As well as, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer them. And I appreciate all the people that's been supporting the channel, and I'm out. Deuces.